the Genova regional, where I got the first place. The list is already known since it's pretty the same list I used in the YCS, so the list is working if you already seen the results I obtained in the YCS. And well, this event was played 1 week before the YCS, so the list of the regional was something like a prototype of the list I used then in the YCS. And so if you want to understand why I made different choices between the regional and the YCS, we can start with the list, so obviously I can explain this. But before starting, I wanna shout out all our sponsors, so GRAAD, SCROLLANDLOCK Gaming, Playmat per Tutti, EXTIMATE-CARDS and Yu-Gi-Oh! Italia. And now we can move to the
And now a quick shout out to our sponsors. The first one being GRAAD, the best grading company in Europe, which offers grading services for all languages and TCG. The second one, EXTIMATE-CARDS, is one of our top Italian sellers on the market, which shop is in Albenga, where you can eat and play with your mates every single day. Then, SCROLLANDLOCK Gaming, the safest place where you can play online tournaments for money, cards, custom products and whatever you might need. Last but not least, we have Playmat per Tutti. They produce amazing custom playmats that may have your own custom images. All sponsor links are in the description down below.
Starting with the Tri-Brigade, I played the ratio of the pure Tri-Brigade deck, and so all the Tri-Brigade in triple copies except for Keras in 2 copies. Then the difference with respect to the standard board up build is the number of boards. In fact, we are playing just 3 Warbler, 1 Sparrow and 3 board call. As I said in the list of the YCS, this choice is because I don't wanna have bricks in this deck, so every card except Sparrow in this deck can do something, and this engine is enough to making Zeus going second and going first to extend a lot our plays, or helping us to playing under end traps, since we can make a Palooza before the normal summon, and so this is very useful to make the standard full combo of Tri-Brigade, so a Palooza plus DDL plus Revolt. So this is the reason why I decided to play just this little birds package, and that's all for the core of the deck. Also playing the boards in this small package allows us to playing more end traps with respect to the standard board up build, and so we have 3 Ash, 3 Impermanence, 2 Nibiru, 1 Crow because we can add it with not only Shureg as for the pure Tri-Brigade, but also with Sparrow. Then also for going second card we have 2 Droplet and 1 Chalice, obviously 1 triple tactical talent. So the reason why I'm playing 2, 1 and 1. Having cards that can make minus in hand could be a problem for this deck, because we need all the cards in hand to play, and also having 2 cards of the same type that for example 2 Droplet in hand could be a problem, and so I find Chalice a good choice. Also we have, as we see now, Prosperity in the deck, so we can also excavate some monocopies and taking them if they are useful in that precise situation. Triple tactical talent, just 1 monocopy, probably I'll cutting this, also this only this single copy, and the reason is why in this deck stealing the opponent monster is always a problem, since if you have stolen a negation, for example Kixiao for the Sword Soul matchups, in the end of the turn you have to give the monster to your opponent, because you can't use that monster as link material, since you have locked into beast warrior and witch beast monster as material. So in this deck is working like a upstart goblin. In fact, the effect I used most was the one of drawing cards, and I had just one spot, and I decided to use triple tactical talents as an upstart goblin, as I said before. So these are the going second cards. Then as consistency cards, we are playing 3 prosperity, one tanky, one foolish, and one 1-for-1. I cut 1-for-1 in the YCS list, substituting this one with Cosmic Cyclone. The reason is that this card is very good in the standard board build, because you can special summon Sparrow and adding whatever you want, but in this deck you don't need Sparrow so much, so this is just a minus in hand, and the minus in hand is a problem. As I said before, only discarding Kit or Norval will be fine, and also you don't need Sparrow to combo off, since you have multiple ways to get access to Appaloosa, Revolt, and DDL. So I prefer Cosmic Cyclone in the YCS, since I was scared of playing versus Prankits or Eldritch that are main decking skill drain, and I simply didn't want to lose against a stupid card just because I didn't have outs in the deck. So I decided to substitute this one with Cosmic Cyclone. And well, we have another spell that is Called by the Grave, useful because this deck suffers Ash, Droll, and Lancia that some people are main decking, and so Called by the Grave is I think a useful card here. And finally, as traps card, we have an out of Mystic Mine and the single Revolt, since in this deck we don't need this card so often, like for example in Tri-Brigade pure deck, and so one card is enough because you just want to add it with Beardom. So for the main deck, that's all. Moving to the extra deck, I played the same exact extra deck of the YCS, so one Access Code, one Appaloosa, and as full monster we have 2 Shuraig, 1 Doomigol, 1 Rugal, 2 Ferrigit, 1 Beardom, 1 Ot, and 1 Daruma. As I said in the YCS list, probably I will cut Daruma for substituting it with Recital Starling. The point is that if you open no Tri-Brigade and you have 2 Warbler in hand, that is a brick, but in this way you can still combo off. In fact, you can special summon Warbler, effect summon another Warbler, then overlay into Starling, add Norval, so we can normal summon Norval plus Recital is Ferrigit, Norval add any Tri-Brigade, and so we can use Ferrigit special summon the Tri-Brigade we added, and so we can start with the Tri-Brigade combo. So I think Recital could help in some situation, some bricks situation. So I think Daruma isn't so useful in the deck to prefer this one with respect to Recital. Then the last link monster is Mirage, and for the XYZ monster we have the standard package for making Zeus, so one Nightingale, assemble Nightingale, one Downward Magician, and one Zeus. So for the extra monsters, that's all, and we move now to the side deck. The side deck is very similar to the one of the YCS2, In fact, we are playing the third Nibiru, the double King Alpha, so useful versus Sword and Dragon Link, because this card can pretty break all the Sword or Dragon Link boards, since we can attack Xiao and then use the effect on Baron, or also crashing into Baron. We have multiple choices, and also versus Dragon Link obviously we can attack the Seal, then obviously this card will be bouncing, and in main phase 2 we can summon this card again and use the effect to force another negation. So this card is so good this format, and in particular in this deck, since it has synergy with Beast Warrior and Witch Beast. Then we have the 3 mandatory Zoil Lockboard in this format. Another card versus Sword, since it is the most representative deck of the format, and also good versus backrow decks. And along with Lightning Storm we have one Twin Twister, one Cosmic Cyclone, and one Red Reboot. As we saw in the YCS list, this card was in the main deck, and so we have the one slot more as going first card, while in this list, playing Cosmic Cyclone inside, I had just 3 spots for going first card, and I decided to play the 3-dimensional barrier. So for the list, that's all, and we can move down to the final part of the video. Well, in this event I faced pretty only board ups and Dragon Link, so I tested the list versus combo deck that was important before playing the YCS, and the list was working, so I was satisfied, and in fact I brought a very similar list to the YCS. And finally I have nothing more to say, since I already explained the list in the video of the YCS, and so for me that's all, and see you next time.